picture that you're seeing here is an illustration of the mapping of the 4 seasons that we typically experience here in North America, much of Canada and the US, and in relation to the 6 seasons of specified in Ayurveda. Also depicted is the corresponding solar months. The outer ring indicates that. The thing I'm going to start off with how the movement of sun brings about changes in the season. You can see the sun icon. I've indicated that in 2 different places, one in mid-January and another in mid-July, which is right about now. And sun and its movement is really important in determining the seasons. It's for this reason that sun is hailed as Ritukarta Prabhakaraha in the very popular Aditya Hridaya hymn in praise of the sun deity. He is revered as the one who brings about seasons. The seasons are governed by the movement of the sun in the universe. So the first 6 months of the year, starting from about mid-January to mid-July, is referred to as what is called as Nakala. I apologize. I haven't included diacritics here, but you can pay intonation to the pronunciation. So Adana means taking away. So what is it that this period is taking away from us? So what happens starting from mid-January when sun moves into the sign of Capricorn through to mid-July is sun gains strength. So there is increased activity of sun and its influence on earth. As a result, the heat builds up in the environment and the moisture from the earth is drawn up and leaving the earth dry towards the end of summer. So summer season is where we'll observe that it's fairly dry and there is a lot of heat element in the environment. So this Adana Kala culminates in Grishma Ritu, which is our summer, and it culminates in mid-July. So according to Ayurveda, we, keeping all other things constant, we enjoy best of immunity between the months of December and January, when there is quite a bit of moisture. And then mid-July is when we are at our weakest point in terms of Vyadhi Kshamitva, that is the Ayurvedic speak for immunity. And this is the reason why we're seeing an increased surge of COVID-19 cases. And if you observe, these surges are happening in the Sun Belt, states like Florida, Texas, or even countries, tropical countries like India, which escaped the surges during January, February, March period, but they're seeing surges now. This is because naturally there's less immunity. Now, for countries like Canada, which are at the which are further north, there is still quite a bit of moisture. So we are sort of, we have observed a flattening of the curve. We're not seeing the surges like the places that are closer to the equator. So the movement of the sun and the season affects our immunity. It affects the plant growth and it affects our body, whether we are oblivious to it or not. And then the opposite happens during the months leading from mid-July to mid-January. This period is known as Visarga Kala. Visarga means to give. So what is it that it's giving? It's giving us the strength. So during these months, there is a rainfall. And then because of rainfall, there is harvest that provides us food, and then there is nourishment. So this is a very nourishing period. And another thing to note here is that there's something called as Ritu Sandhya or Sandhi, Ritu Sandhi, and we are actually in the middle of one. Ritu Sandhya refers to the 15-day period between the end of one season to the onset of the next. So if you look at the slide, so we're right in the middle of transition between Grishma Ritu and Varsha Ritu. This is a transitional period. It's an important period because this allows us time to switch gears to adopt our dietary and lifestyle practices for the upcoming season. And it's a very sensitive period, and it has elements or characteristics of both the preceding season and the season to come. So right now, until about July 23rd, we're going to see elements of both summer and rainy season combined. So I'm here in Toronto. We've had a fairly dry season, which is not atypical, but like almost like clockwork. Since the last couple of days, we're seeing dark clouds looming over us, indicating rain. So we've had some mild showers. And it's still looking fairly cloudy. I think we're going to receive some showers today as well. So this leads up to the rainy season. So this is very typical. We receive most rainfall during August, and this is true for much of North America or regions of the world that follow the four-season pattern. So we can see how seasons play a role in the change in environment, and also there's a corresponding increase and decrease in elements in the environment, which correspond to an increase and decrease of elements in our own body. So for example, when it is summer, there is increase of or culmination of the heat element. So there's a gradual increase of heat that occurs through spring season, and it culminates in summer, and the heat of summer is intense, right? And that's why we feel hot during summer. It's normal. But the thing to do is we have to stay balanced by counteracting the effects or influences of these elements, so that we are not allowing for accumulation of these imbalances in our body. So if we don't follow the seasonal dietetics during summer, what it's going to do is it's going to lead us to a disease state in, say, couple seasons down the line, say in late autumn or winter time.